Welcome back. At the end of last year, we introduced you to the Plascon color forecast for 2025 and the color families that belong together. With a host of experts, we were able to explain the new decor trends when it comes to paint and color. Let's recap on the concept of hybridity and the Plascon color families.
The world is what we make of it. Past and present, digital and physical, global and local. We are constantly switching between the different worlds in our lives. So join me to find out more about the Plascon 2025 color forecast and its theme, hybridity. Joining me now is Chris Reed, and he is a trend analyst. Chris, lovely to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
How are you able to group the different colors into themes?
Yeah, so every year we put the colors into some kind of theme or story. And this year we decided rather than going by what it looks like, we went by color family. So we went with brights and darks and naturals and neutrals, just to make it really easy and user-friendly for a change.
Hybridity, what does that mean within the concept of Plascon and everything you're trying to achieve?
Yeah, so hybridity is really what we're seeing in the zeitgeist, which is kind of the spirit of the world at the moment. And all it really means is duality. It's about people embracing kind of two sides of different aspects of their lives. So this forecast is about really identifying and then embracing both of those opposites.
So when it comes to the average South African who wants to get in on trends and amplify and enhance their space, where does one start?
You go to the forecast and you choose your base color. What's the color that I love most? And remember that the forecast is just a starting point. You can take it anywhere from there. So try and take that base color, mix in one or two other things you love from the forecast. They could just be a highlight, they could just be an accent color, but it's just the starting point. It's just to inspire you, motivate you to experiment with color and to live a great life in your home that you love so much.
Now look, Chris, we all love a good trend, but why is it so important for us to pay attention to the kind of forecast that you've been able to predict and the research you've put in?
Yeah, so trends often get a bad rap because people think that they're very superficial, but by not following these trends, by looking at them and seeing what resonates with you, we want people to create spaces that they love and maybe imagine and see things that they hadn't thought of before. With color, it's really so easy to get into a rut. I mean, I'm a person who's painted most of my apartments white in my life. A bit of color inspiration goes a long way, really, to maybe showing you something different and helping you maybe discover something new about yourself.
So I definitely think have fun. Hybridity is all about having no shame and owning your truth and your character and personality and knowing what you like and being bold and brave with your decisions. Just have fun and be playful.
I game Zansi just like that. It seems as if there are no rules when it comes to interior design, just as long as you go with your gut. I am so excited to continue to break down Plascon's 2025 color forecast and all that it has in store. Step into a world where color meets possibility with Plascon's 2025 Hybridity color forecast. Spend 500 Rand or more on any Plascon products and stand to win a state-of-the-art Toyota Corolla Cross 1.8 XS Hybrid worth 500,000 Rand. Simply WhatsApp your receipt, name and ID to this number. T's and C's apply. Plascon, together we've got this.
Now, color constantly plays a role in our lives. In 2024, we introduced and looked at the neutral and natural family colors. Now, let's take a look at Plascon's dark color family.
Inspired by the opulence of generations past, Plascon's dark palette speaks both to a timeless and modern fashion. Join me today at Gorgeous George here in Cape Town CBD to continue to unpack Plascon's 2025 color forecast and the dark color family. You know, Chris, today we are breaking down dark colors and those dark tones that we enjoy so much. And I know for myself, as soon as I step into a home or a space that kind of highlights those dark colors, it automatically feels opulent and very luxurious. In modern times, do we still see that being kind of reflected?
Yeah, completely. What we've seen is we've come through a long period of quiet luxury where everything's been quite restrained and quite neutral. And I think people are looking again to the more kind of rich and sumptuous colors and textures and finishes to really signify luxury again. So I think now more than ever, looking back to the past is really where we're getting our cues for luxury from.
Terence, we find ourselves within the heart of St. George's Mall here in Cape Town CBD. And what a beautiful space Gorgeous George is. But looking outside, there are quite a few heritage buildings, and I believe this is one too. Can you just unpack a little bit more about where we find ourselves and the memories of yesteryear?
Well, welcome first of all. Yeah, we're in the city of Cape Town, right in the CBD, on an iconic walkway that basically runs through the heart of Cape Town. But where we are is actually two heritage buildings we have combined into one. We've kept lots of the elements, part of its original charm, but also came with more of a modern feeling to it, to sort of be a mix of old world and new, very modern, but with a lot of homages to the past.
So Chris, what then inspired the dark color family?
So darks really came from looking at the textures and materials in heritage luxury. So we've got sort of tones like old leather, jewel tones, highly lacquered colors. The red, for example, in this palette comes from a kind of lacquer red that we saw a lot in the Regency era. So really, more than any other palette, this was inspired by the things that would surround you in a kind of era like luxury.
So not only is mixing the old with the new quite important to Gorgeous George, but your color choice. You've decided to go quite dark and quite deep. It creates a cocoon-like intimate feel.
Yeah, I think the basis of what we started with was this raw sort of exposed concrete look, and we like to keep a very dramatic look. That's why you see a lot of dark colors, but without making it look dark.
Chris, we are all familiar with the saying, orange is the new black. But it seems as if with this dark color family, there are certain other nuanced dark colors that are replacing black.
Totally. I don't think people are using pure black as much as they did before, and a lot of the colors in this palette, like our black bean, like Beautiful Brown Eyes, are so dark that they take the place of black in interior. So you can paint them on a wall, they kind of look black, but when the light hits them, you see the brown, you see the aubergine under. So it's got a lot more depth than I think you would have had before.
Terence, we find ourselves in one of the beautiful bedrooms here at the Gorgeous George. What was some of your design approach when it comes to the colors in the space?
Wanted to create a feeling of contrast between walking through the passageways, which are very stark and mixed between darks and multicolored carpets, and obviously the city. And we came up with a lot of muted colors in the rooms, but with very dramatic contrast between the furniture, the carpets, hand-painted tiles, and just the fixtures in general.
Yeah, well, it seems like the vibrance and the energy of Cape Town is certainly alive here at the Gorgeous George. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you, guys.
Well, Mzansi, it's so invigorating to know that dark color tones, whether it be blacks or grays, don't need to be boring. Step into a world where color meets possibility with Plascon's 2025 Hybridity Color Forecast. Spend 500 Rand or more on any Plascon products and stand to win a state-of-the-art Toyota Corolla Cross 1.8 XS Hybrid worth 500,000 Rand. Simply WhatsApp your receipt, name and ID to this number. T's and C's apply. Plascon, together we've got this.
Step into a world where color meets possibility with Plascon's 2025 Hybridity Color Forecast. Spend 500 Rand or more on any Plascon products and stand to win a state-of-the-art Toyota Corolla Cross 1.8 XS Hybrid worth 500,000 Rand. Simply WhatsApp your receipt, name and ID to this number. T's and C's apply. Plascon, together we've got this.